to serve our Father.
On your mandate we shall stand, Aṣíwájú. On your mandate we shall stand, Bola Tinubu. On your mandate, Bola. On your mandate, Aṣíwájú. On your mandate we shall stand. We say the same thing for Sanwo as well, because it's a combo we are here for. On your mandate we shall stand, Sanwo-Olu. On your mandate we shall stand, Sanwo-Olu. On your mandate, Sanwo. On your mandate, Sanwo. On your mandate we shall stand. Thank you so very much, everyone. Can we have our seat, please?
Thank you very much, Mr. K. Thank you, sir. So moving on, I'm going to be introducing the high table. On the high table, we have Mr. David, who is the leader. Clap for him, please, as we go. We have Mr. K on the right side, and on my left, we have Mr. Goke. Please clap for him. And we have Major also. Please clap for him. So I'm going to pass the mic on to Mr. David, and they can all sort of introduce themselves in a bit.
Hi, my name is David Adeoye. I'm a supporter of APC, a supporter of Bola Tinubu, and a member of NDA, Nigerian Diaspora for Aṣíwájú. I'm the leader of the NDA for Manchester, and I'm here to support our people. God bless you all.
Me? Oh, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adewumi Adisa. As my boss has said, we are all supporters of Aṣíwájú and also of Sanwo-Olu. I'm the founder of My Green Gene, a motivational heritage platform that celebrates Nigerians who vote home and abroad. And we are welcome today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this great occasion. My name remains Otumba Olagoke Oladosu. I'm an healthcare tutor in the UK. I'm a strong supporter of Aṣíwájú Ahmed Tinubu, as well as supporting Governor Sanwo-Olu for his second term bid. I'm a card-carrying member of APC UK. I'm a strong member of NDA. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon once again. My name is Oluwakayode Olasukomi Olamimonino Opani, and I am a member of the largest men congregation in Manchester. The largest men congregation in Manchester is called Gentlemen's Club, and that is my president seated there. And we are like minds, and we so much believe in this dream, and we are happy to be part of this, and we encourage you and everyone outside that are not here to please advertise. Tell them more about this movement. It is going to be large, it's going to be massive, and I don't want anyone to be left behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. K. So the next is to introduce the groups, the leaders of the groups. Mr. Adeoye has already introduced himself. He's the leader for the NDA. Please clap your hands. It's okay to clap. So the next person I'm going to be passing the mic on to is Mr. Olanrewaju. Yeah.
It's okay. So my name is Olanrewaju Agbebi. So I live here in Manchester. So I'm a pioneer founding member of Global Alliance for Tinubu. We've been on the project for quite some time, and hopefully this is a very grand occasion for merging everyone in Manchester together, and we are in it to win. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Obafemi Ogunfebo, educational consultant and the president of Gentlemen Club in Manchester. We are happy, we are fully supportive of this initiative. It's a good advice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And the next person is Mr. Vincent from the Aṣíwájú Campaign Marshal. Oh, sorry.
My name is Dr. Vincent Ajay. I'm a data engineer. I'm a supporter of Asiwaju and a fan to Sanwo-Olu. I'm here representing Asiwaju campaign marshal, one of a strong group that's been supporting Asiwaju for the past 8 years. We are in to win together. Yeah, it's an opportunity for for us to know the few people and many people that have been supporting Asiwaju in the Manchester. Yeah, and this media education, I really love it, and I'm happy to be the part of this, the group and association.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vincent. So we're expecting two online guests, Best Man Irumole and Mr. Jermaine Sanwo-Olu, but he's not available, they're not on there yet, so we're going to move on until they appear. So I'm going to pass the mic on to Mr. David.
Hello, my name is Damilola Ladioti, the CEO of Golden Recruitment. I've been an active member of APC UK, card carrier member, like you all know, and I'm also the admin of NDA London, Nigeria Diaspora for Asiwaju. I'm here as a very committed member of this group, not just a supporter, but a diehard fan. You all know what I can do when it comes to supporting Asiwaju. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Damola. Right, okay, so I'm going to pass the mic on to Mr. Adeoye. Yes, sir.
Hello and good evening. We apologize for this breaking transmission. We're hoping, before I speak to Jermaine Sanwo-Olu, who is the Senior Special Assistant on Lagos Diaspora, and Mr. Bestman Irumole, but we're still having a slight technical issues, but once they're back on...
No, they're not on.
At all?
They're not on.
They're not?
They're on, yes, they're not on.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go straight ahead with reading the scripts. Was this giving that to everybody?
I don't believe so. I'll give it out.
Okay. Even though I'm reading from a script, this is this message, this convention, amalgamation of many groups in Manchester, is about the love we have for Asiwaju and the reigning governor of Lagos State, but it's also about a greater reality. We've come here today on behalf of many people that live in Manchester. Now, we've prepared a statement, which I'm going to read out today, but the great message here is we want to be heard. So I'm going to go through it with you now. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I welcome you to this auspicious occasion of the convergence of various groups in Manchester in support of the aspiration of the All Progressives Congress, APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to become Nigeria's next president, and the re-election of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State in the forthcoming 2023 general elections. Our vision is to centralize and promote massive support for their emergence as president and governor of Lagos State. This is majorly based on the track records of excellent performance, both in human and infrastructure development. We believe our support will help propagate the socio-economic values of the Nigerian community in the northwest of England, and most notably Greater Manchester. We also want to bring to your attention to the growing disparity in available support from the APC-led government of Nigeria to the north of England by bringing leaders who can impact Manchester and its environs. Inviting decision makers to earmark Manchester as a bilateral socio-economic hub, entrepreneurial base and political flag bearer with exposure and development ideas to the growing economic issues in Nigeria. We want to offer ideas, contribute, and be heard, which will in turn bring a number of developments, including 1, the existing second-tier Nigeria High Commission to Manchester, especially the promised passport office. This will not only elevate the waiting times in London, but also provide another option for Nigerians in the Midlands, Tyneside, Northwest, and Scotland. We also hope that it will attract political conferences and government exposure in the north of England. And finally, establishment of the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce and Enterprise branch. This will not only help the Black and African businesses to bounce back from the effect of the COVID-19 recently. Now, this is not everything, not exhaustive. Obviously, there are more things that we will bring about in the future. But these are the main issues right now that affects the Greater North here. Now, we understand that the people down south have the monopoly of the government's ears, but we also want to say that we are Manchester, we are the North, and we also can do, if not better, greater than that as well. And we have ideas, and that's the reason why we're here today. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we can attract a lot more for the growth of Nigerians here and for our people back home. Our dream is to empower people back home. Our dream is to empower the government by bringing our ability here as well. We have ideas, we have opportunity to give people back home as well. Now, we want to continue to lend our voices and work together from the diaspora by communicating with our friends and families in Nigeria to vote for these APC candidates. The objective is to secure Nigeria's future with leaders that have the capacity to grow Nigeria to its desired level in the Committee of Nations. And this is signed by every member in Manchester. We have groups here, the gentleman's group here, we have GAP, we have other groups here as well, and we have other groups that are not here today that have also sent in their support to us, even though they're not here right now, but we have a great following in Manchester here to support our great leaders, but we want to be heard, and that's the reason why we're here today. And we hope that as this message goes out, that we'll have visual empowerment so that the people empower the ABC-led government, we hope by Bola Sowaju, will empower the people in the Great North. We don't want to be sidelined anymore. We want to say, look, we have something to offer you, but also we want you to contribute to the socio-economic hub in Manchester and the North. We say thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adeoye. We're still waiting on our online guest. So moving on from here, if we would now, if anyone has any questions you would like to sort of throw out there, or basically wait forward and, what we want for us all in the North. So anybody with any questions at all, or contributions, should I say?
Does anybody have anything to
add to it? Yes, sir.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So my only question is, beyond the election of our incoming president, which we are, God willing, we are sure. So what will be the way forward in terms of this amalgamation of groups? So we now have a brand in the name of Manchester for Tinubu Sanwo-Olu at this moment. So, and in bringing the northwest of England into the prominent, which it's rightly deserved. So we need to have a kind of plan beyond the election. The election will come and go. So how do we get together again in this format in various and different brands?
Very good question.
Thank you, my brother, my comrade. Fantastic. That's the reason why we're here. Obviously, this is the foundation. The foundation is we support, and we've done that by sending our relatives in Nigeria. We're going to handle things as well. So many of us are going back to Nigeria to actually help with the elections in Nigeria. Now, obviously, the question is, what do we do after our president is in? And that's the right question. This amalgamation, this thing that we've come together, will metamorphose into something different, and we hope we'll come up with a name very soon. But the truth is, the objective is, the vision is Manchester. What can we build in Manchester? It's no longer about London, it's about socio-economic promise in Manchester. And the roadmap, the blueprint we have already is about networking. And then obviously, we'll have interviews and exposure in Nigeria, so that they will sensitize to what we are doing up north. This is not just ours, it's all of our issues, and I'm hoping that we'll reach out to every member, every person in this community. We have a large gathering of gentlemen here, we have some women here as well, and we also have a blueprint in terms of IT, admin, businesses as well. As I said before, it's about the impact we make after the problem of COVID-19. And as I said, the blueprint is already there. The name will come after the president has been sworn in. And of course, I say we don't want to untie things right now until we win. And that's it. I know we're going to win, but I still want to make sure we win. And it's fair to say, without disrespecting PDP or the Labour Party or but we have to win first, and then we go from there. We could only work with the incumbent government to bring about the things that we've mentioned in the write-up we've just said now. Is that okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, good evening again. My name is Obafemi Ogufebo, as I was saying. So after the election, are we expecting Governor Sanwo-Olu to visit us in Manchester, or what's going to happen after that?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, in support of what Mr. David has already said initially, apart from having a political mindset to start this particular coalition, I will call it coalition for now, until when every group agreed to put a signature on the paper to be part of it fully. So that's one of those things that we want. When they come to, I remember the last time I was having this program, they all promised that they're coming from London, but all of a sudden, another activist took them off and they decided to stay. So many people coming from Nigeria to UK believes that we're just few in Manchester. And that's very, very annoying sometimes. Like, everything happens in London. Even the ambassadors, we spoke with them the last time they came about 7 years ago, of how can we have a passport office here to serve at the Northwest, when people from Leeds, Liverpool don't have to struggle and go to London. And they said we need to do some diplomatic stuff, which is something very, if they have the will, they will do it. So making Sanwo-Olu to come to Manchester is not a big deal. It's only for them to understand that they've got some people or crowd or interest in Manchester. And that's exactly why we're starting this now. If we identify with them in this their struggle time, because this is like they're looking for votes, and we also identify, I mean, putting on this shirt alone, you're going to create some enemy, at the same time, friends. So for us to have that guts to stand on our ground that we supported them and we're publicly taking this to the media, that's enough guts to say, okay, let's go and say thank you. And from there, we could also list our needs easily. So apart from this group, we're going to have a coalition of different groups. You are not a political group. Exactly, you're here. So we have some other who don't want to be identified with this, who will eventually come when we are not having something to call about APC or whatever. It's for the interest of the people in the Northwest, but somebody has to kickstart it. Thank you.
So just permit me to add something briefly. I'm a card-carrying member of APC UK, meaning I'm a Nigerian and I'm an APC member. The reason why I joined the APC and I registered and I have the card as a member is because I want to be part of the development that we are all clamoring. We are all complaining of this and that. We are all not happy with the way things are. We've all had enough of the way things aren't working. And if you don't join, then you can't be part of it. Okay, that's the more reason why I joined APC, and I am a very strong member of APC and a very strong supporter of Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu, as well as every other APC governors and stewards and who have you. Okay, and I want to employ and encourage everybody to be part of this movement. Okay, because only time about Bawon Dasi, I see me like Bawon Dasi. pardon my vernacular, if you want to call it vernacular. That's my language. What that simply means is you'll be part of it to engage in it, and we all have to engage ourselves. We all have to give in our time to be part of it, to get things changed the way we want it. We are diasporans. We are Nigerians. I'm sure, as much as I am tired of staying here, I want to believe every one of us are tired. We all want to go back home. We want to go back to a safe haven, a Nigeria of our dream. And that is the reason why we have to take part in this. Okay? If you say they are the ruling parties and they are not doing things right, and you keep opposing and blabbing and talking negatively, who is going to change things? Okay? So let's be part of the moving train and let's effect the change all together. I'm a very strong member of the Nigerian community in Manchester. As a matter of fact, I'm the immediate past financial secretary, and I served 2 terms. Yes, things are happening. Politically, generally, things are happening. And there is the need for us to get hold of the Nigerian High Commission to come down here. There's a need for us to get hold of the Nigerian government to come down here to Manchester, just like Mr. David Adeoye and Major has rightly said. And if we don't partake in it, if we keep quiet, if we all keep quiet about it, this won't happen. Manchester is a big city in the map, in the global map, and we all know that. So we shouldn't just stay back and watch things pass us by, because it's all about London, London, London. It is time for Manchester to take the bull by the horns and take what really belongs to us. And with Tinubu as the next president, the sky is the limit, because he's got it, he's got the vision, he's got the track records, he's got the ability, and he can make things work with our support. So why don't we just seize the opportunity and let it work for us and for our children? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Just before I move on, I would like to recognize Mr. Oyedeji Oyewobi, President of the Manchester Business Group. Please clap your hands. You're welcome, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Prince Kola Bodunde. I really appreciate everything that everybody have said and the optimism that we all carry for BAT in the coming election. My question is very brief, and the question is, we all know that the grassroots is very important. Everything we've been saying is about voting. And most of us that are here, we cannot vote, because I know some are going back home to vote. But the question is, are they going individually, or they are going to represent the interests of Manchester? Because that is, we need an impact on the ground. We're talking about London. We know London people, they've gone far. And for us to go individually means that we are representing our own interests. How can we make a better impact to move or to affect the grassroots to vote for BAT, please? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll pass it to Mr. Adeoye.
Thank you very much for that question. First of all, we've taken out half a page in the Nigerian newspapers, in 3 Nigerian newspapers. Which newspapers again, please? Sorry, which newspapers is it?
The Guardians, Punch, and the Nation newspaper.
So we have started that already, our public relations, in regard to showing that we are committed to doing something in Nigeria. Now, I know some people, I'm going to Nigeria for the whole 1 month, from February 4th till the end of February. I'll be back in England in March or so. Now, obviously, the plan is to make sure that we are visual, we are known, and that what you're saying is exactly what you're talking about, is do we do it as a group? Now, the fact that we've taken out newspaper ads, half a page, means we are investing in the future of Manchester. Not 1 paper, we did in 3 newspapers, and we didn't do a quarter page, we did half a page. I'm going there, working with some other people. I've started making moves in regard to having interviews with TV stations to actually embolden the movement. I'm not doing it just to say, okay, David, I've never been the person. I'm a businessman, first and foremost, And I know that if we come together, we can do great things. You can't do it individually. The dream, the vision is to do it collectively. I'm not talking about just politicians. I'm talking about people who can impact Manchester. We have the president of the business forum. We have a person that deals with healthcare. We have our brother here. We have the president of the Gentlemen's Club here as well. We have loads of people who are great in other things as well. And it's about impacting the socio-economic impact of Manchester, or Greater Manchester, in fact. So as I said before, yes, sir, we are going we have a plan. We're going to vote. I'm going to vote with people I'm working with in Egbeda area, that side. And I'm going in there because I believe in the dream. I'm not just saying it because some people say it, but I'm going there to actually be on ground. I'm taking off my time to go and do the voting, but I'm also there to make sure that we are clearly shown to be, we want something out of this. We want to show that even though we're doing something for Tinubu, we are also here to know that, look, on the long term, what can you do for us? Because we've come out sweating blood for you. A lot of us, I think somebody talked about the passport office. You did. And the problem is, a lot of us have been down to London. We take 5 hours. You drive down, or and then you're there for 5 hours. We know how stressful it is. Rather than me just go out of my house, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'm there here, and then I can, So it's a long game. We're not talking about short term. We're talking about the long term effects of what we're doing today. And the blueprint has started. Obviously, things like, as I said, taking an ad in three Nigerian newspapers means we mean business. We're not just saying it because we've got a press conference here. We're doing things to actualize the dream. If there's any more questions in regard to this, we're coming out in mass.
Thank you very much. You want to? Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ade. So it's just an addendum, an addition to what he said in respect to that question. So we are here as a group, and we've been on this project for quite some time. Immediately, Buhari was sworn in 2015. We've started the project of Asiwaju for president. And I would like to answer that question in terms of what are we doing in respect of the grassroots mobilization, in terms of actual voting. As a group, Global Alliance for Tinubu, we are represented in the 6 states in the southwestern Nigeria. So effectively, we are mobilizing from word to word, and we have a lot of jingles going around back home. So, and coming to the individual ward and polling units where people belongs, we are mobilizing everyone from churches to mosque to the market and within the Okada group and all the other transport groups. So that's the work we're doing. We have representatives all over there. And I believe I belong to more than 5 groups anyway. So even ACM, I'm a member of ACM. I'm a member of so many groups. So that's same apply to everyone here. That's Dami. So, and I know what he's been doing. So I just want to add to that.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, I'll see that with you.
Just to add to that, sorry, as diasporans, we have people we send money to. As diasporans, we have people we send money to back home in Nigeria. As a practice, what I do is, listen, if you want this money to continue, please vote Tinubu. And, it's a win-win thing. You need to look at how you can motivate people towards voting. A lot of people had different information about Tinubu on social media. You need to talk to them. You need to tell them who Asiwaju is. Speak to them about the performances, experiences, how he has transformed Lagos from nothing to something. So all this, by so doing, you probably will be doing your own grassroots campaign. And I also want to ask a question on that. I also will be in Nigeria. I'll be on ground. But is there a platform or a place where we can converge, to also show a presence in Nigeria as well?
Yes, what I'll do is I will link with you. When we have the interviews, you'll be there with us as well. So anybody else who will be in Nigeria, the more the merrier. If you're in Nigeria, we can all represent Manchester, And obviously, I've got three lined up. Hopefully we can get more. But the more interviews and the more of us, maybe 7, 8 of us, we stand and go for interviews, is better. It shows that we're coming as a group rather than individuals, as you said. Is that okay? Yeah. Fantastic.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to be very short, just 30 seconds. As part of the press conference that we're having today, we're also staging a kind of live appearance on TV stations where these clips will be played online. Why is that? Might be during the news or a particular program on different stations, so that all what we're doing today is not just for within ourselves. We're able to showcase it on that platform globally. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 1 second. I'll just.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, my name is Olalapo Bukiti. I was informed about this gathering yesterday. I'm part of 1% of the G-men in Manchester. Anyway, we look very beautiful in our t-shirt. Maybe next time we'll be on Agbada. To celebrate, yeah. But that is not enough. If, like, our uncle and few of us here, we don't say that you are a card carrying member of APC. If any one of us want to be part of that card carrying member, how do we go about it? Because it's not only wearing t-shirts, the chair can be, can one up tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's a good question. Mr. Kayet.
Right. I think Mr. Goke will be the best person to answer that question because he said he's a card carrying member. But the one thing I want to emphasize on is this. There is so much strength in numbers. An election is nothing but game of numbers. Now, there must be a candidate before a party. Because I'm going back to what that brother there said earlier. You see, it's an evolvement. They evolve from AD to ACN to APC. That means a candidate is moving from point A, point B to point 2 to where they are today. Now, for us to know how powerful we are, diasporians, there is hardly anybody that will aspire to certain offices in Nigeria that they don't come to this side of the world. You want to be a governor in any state of Nigeria, definitely you would visit this part of the world. You want to be a president, that goes without saying. And they pay so much attention to us, but we don't pay attention to ourselves. That is why you see London buses, they put their posters there, and we know that costs thousands of pounds for them to make that awareness. Because they know, like my brother here said, our money, yearly we send billions of pounds. 40 billion we send to Nigeria in particular, yearly. That is how much they have this information, but unfortunately we, the ones sending the money, don't even know. We are not aware of this. It's high time we know we are more powerful than people on ground, even at home. Because your 10,000, like you rightly said, remember, now only Ashiwaju Fidoamo, remember, now only Sonwu, as I'm giving you this pound, I'm giving you this money, remember it's only Sonwu. No go vote for anybody or vote Sonwu. They will definitely listen to you because they want more, because they know there is more where that comes from. So they will listen to us. So why we are gathered here is to make the best use of the power that we have, to make the best use of the numbers that we have. Manchester is large. If like I keep repeating myself, but some people, some of these heavyweights, some of these big guns, they go America. They don't stay in Washington. Why do they have to come to England and stay only in London? No, they go to everywhere in America. Name it: Maryland, Philadelphia, Texas. They go everywhere in America. But you don't hear them because they think we are small. And the impression London is giving them is, after them there is nobody. Now we have to speak for ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us except you and I. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. K.
Yeah, with the APC, there is APC UK in London. If you join the WhatsApp group, then they would ask you some questions to fill a form. Then you can be an active card carrier member of APC London. So there is a subscription of £10 monthly for this. But I think going forward, we want to look at a way we can speak to them, and because we want to have Manchester APC. So we don't think we're going to give anybody that information until they agree with us that there is going to be Manchester APC. We've been on this for a long time. They look at us as if we are nobody, we are not enough in numbers and all that. But we are bringing out a statement now, and they should bow to this.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You wanted to ask?
Yeah, I still remember I was Dr. Vincent Ajay. I just want to tell you what I've been doing in our home group, Ashwaju campaign marshal. In most of my group, most of those, we are all stakeholders in our own group. Yeah, we are all influencers. What we do is that we have been leveraging on that, on our soft skill. What we do regularly is that we need to call people back home. You understand? Because many of them are the sponsors of NGO or something. This is what we are doing. Sensitize people, just to let them know regularly we do that. One of the other things that we have been doing is that, or I should say presently now, or the last stage won by the PDP, we have people on ground mobilizing aggressively from door to door, just to make sure the AC hijack that state back. You understand? And I will also encourage many of us to even adopt that system. Yeah.
The judgment is coming out, so everything is.
Yeah. And the other thing what we want to do is that it's a mandatory. You have to win your polling unit.
Yeah.
We have taxed ourselves because you can't be telling me you are a politician, you are still good at you without winning your polling unit. Call them people, put people on the ground, motivate them, introduce incentive. Make sure, and we want to encourage people. Please send the result to us. We want to see. It's not for you to be telling others I'm doing this without evidence. I want you to send it on my platform, so for me to see what you have been doing in your own polling booth. That's what we have been adopting. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vincent. 1 second. Mr. Adewumi.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Olayiwola Adewumi. I'm a lover of Nigeria. I love my country. And that's why I love President Muhammadu Buhari and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I've been following Tinubu since I was a teenager. I saw him campaign on the streets of Lagos. I ran after, followed him, collected the AD flag then. And today I'm proud because he has become a national figure. Somebody I know can deliver. He has not disappointed in anything he promises at that time. And the Tinubu I saw in 1993-94 is not different from the Tinubu we are seeing today. He has not altered his age. He has not done plastic surgery to look younger. So how come people are saying he's 150, he's Methuselah, he's all that? He hasn't changed from what he used to be. He started politics as a young man, and he has grown old and enlarging influence through it. So when people come with stories, that's why I started with I love Nigeria. So that's when people come with stories and they start saying, tell them. Some people, you know, are close to this guy. They've known him for a very long time, and he hasn't changed. And another fact is that we should realize that on social media there is a campaign, serious campaign going on against him, and it's because of what they have seen. The only way they could beat him is to start to spread rumors about his health, about his age, and all that. But we can counter all the. I just don't want us to have this belief that we have won, and then be complacent about it. No, the war continues. Even I'll be in Nigeria, but I'll be back before the election. And one thing I always do is that I'll talk to people. The first thing I ask is, are you voting? Once you tell me you are not voting, go sorrow, because there's no point. And I can say that out of about 5 people, 2 will tell you they don't even have the card. But yes, everybody makes noise and say, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. So let's love Nigeria first, because a lot of people they focus on the negative about Nigeria all the time. Oh yeah, Nigeria, they are 419, Nigeria, they are this. But what I want to say is that even in those of us in Europe, particularly in England, know that Nigerians are not the first when it comes to fraud. We know that there are some people, they have higher, distinction more than Nigerians in this. But we are very loud. And it's now up to us to defend our country. And one of the ways we can defend is to make sure that we encourage people to come out and vote. And when they are coming out to vote, the vote is for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And by the special grace of God, we will sing, we will gather here together again and sing with joy because the dream will actually come true. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adewumi. Mr. Oyewobi, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm just going to advise or suggest to the leaders here to maximize media. Now, we have two types of media, the social media and the mainstream media. Now, we need to, like he just said, now I didn't want to say that, but can we please maximize social media? Major is a media man, and he said you have a jingle, sir. You have a jingle produced.
No, not a jingle. I mean, the press conference we're having today will be packaged for consumption.
Okay, now, if you produce a 60 seconds jingle, I'm just giving you a suggestion now. Now, you send this to the contacts alone, even here, on WhatsApp. Every contact here has over 100 people on his contact. By the time you know it, we are going to reach like 10,000 people, both here and in Nigeria. So you will realize that from just your jingle alone, we are reaching out to many more people. So let's do a 60-second jingle that has, with the caption of this and the promotion of the presidential candidate, send it to the contacts, and all the contacts you have in the UK, let them also send on their contacts. You will see the magic and the difference that's going to make. That's my first suggestion. Now we have the mainstream media. In UK, we know that the only African mainstream media we have is Ben Television. Now we need to contact Ben Television too. You know that you are a good friend of Dr. Alistair Shirley. We can contact him. He is a man who also carries weight in Nigeria. I mean, Dr. Alistair, you know that very well. So let's reach out to him. If it's a matter of bringing him or using his media house, organize an interview to there. Mr. David, you go to the breast media to use that area too. You will see that it reaches out to more people. Before you know it, the Manchester branch here will have strong connection. They'll begin to beg you, please, what can we do for you now? The same way it happened before, when they brought the High Commissioner here, that we battled, we saw the battle we had with him. So, and that's the thing, we've come a long way. By the grace of God, over 10 years ago, I founded the African Business Forum in Manchester. And I knew the battle I went through to make Manchester a focus in business among the African community. So we need to also do the same battle too now. So let it not just stop now, but use all avenues you have to make sure this becomes a success.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oyewobi. We've only got time for one more question and then we're wrapping it up. Here you go, sir.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tayo Mustafa. I am proud to be a part of this gathering. This is actually my first time of attending this meeting. And I want to firstly salute everyone that has been involved in putting a noble gesture or a noble initiative as this. I want to salute everyone for a job well done. Secondly, I see this as a multiple movement. What I mean by multiple movement is that it goes beyond actualizing Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu as president and as governor respectively. It is my prayer that as soon as they are confirmed or as soon as they win the presidential and gubernatorial election, I think that is when the job has actually just started. And going by what has been going on in terms of the mobilization, both professionally, grassroots-wise, political mobilization and all that, everybody seems to have this confidence that we're going to win. Yes, it is good. It is very good to, have that mindset and have that spirit in pursuing this. But I think we still need to be aware that while we actually putting this together, other parties are also doing their own too. So we must not be complacent. We must not have this overconfidence that, we're going to win, it will be done and all that. Thirdly, and I want to appeal to everyone that we are all professionals in different fields. I'm not sure if my brother is still around, the data engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's him there. I don't know where the doctor comes in data engineering, but I don't know. Okay, PhD, that's fine. I believe we are all professionals in diverse fields. I want to appeal to everyone to channel their professional expertise. Either you are a medical doctor, or you are a data engineer, or you are an IT person, or you are a media person, advertising person, whatever you are, it goes beyond us just calling people up and telling them, hey, you can also channel your professional expertise in adding value to this campaign, to this mobilization. Because between now and the election, we have a very tight photo finish race with other parties. So, like I have discussed with the coordinator, I am going to sit down in the next 24 hours. I'm going to draw a very tight media plan that can cover your visit in Nigeria. My senior brother said something about the mainstream and the other one, which is good. Bulk SMS, bulk messages is part of the media plan we are going to deploy. But at this stage now, while other activities are still going on, what you are going to do there, to me personally, I see it as a two-way thing. One, you're going to add value with the Manchester platform to whatever efforts they are making over there, and I appeal that you explore and exploit one very marketing mix, which is media visibility. The media visibility must be very strong. Like what my gentleman said the other time, what we have done today can actually be used as a news insertion in TV houses. It is doable, it is possible. So between now and the election period, we just need to be putting the icing on the cake and adding value to whatever efforts the people in Nigeria are doing. Like I said, in the next 48 hours, I'll come up with a media plan and I'll send it to you, and I'll be working with you throughout your stay in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I'm going to pass.
Yeah, let's recognize Kemi Olude representing TV Continental.
Kemi Olude from TV Continental. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Adoye to wrap it up, but when he does, we need to take a picture, so we'll need to sort of assemble here behind the banner.
Thank you very much for everybody for being here today. I'm going to wrap it up, obviously. Okay, I'm Nigerian British, and I'm also Mancunian. In the 70s, I came from Kent, so it's a different story entirely. But we're wrapping it up now. I want to quickly finish so we can actually go on time. It starts from us. Let me give you an example of what we're talking about today. We're talking about the elections. We're talking about ideas. We're talking about a movement. But it starts from us. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Timekeeping. Timekeeping is something that we need to work on. Planning is something we need to work on. When we say we will plan things, we must deliver. So this is a plan. How do we deliver this plan? To deliver the plan is to make sure that we have a strategy. What is the strategy? The idea is Mr. Marshall, Mr. Mustafa gave us now. What Mr. Abudu said about grassroots. What my Larry talked about what's been done. Also about the president here as well. Even Dr. Vincent as well, and my brother here as well. Those are strategies, plans. We must put them into perspective and make sure we actually actualize them. It's not too much talking, it's about what can we do by action. And I want to wrap up today by saying that, yes, I mentioned the fact that, as I said before, I don't want to say something until we've actually won because it's disrespectful to other parties as well. But I believe we're going to win. I believe it. So we're going to metamorphose into something else. We're going to evolve into something else after we win. Now, a lot of things I've written down here, which Major will type up, and he's going to give a press release afterwards in regard to things that we've done today and what we're going to release. But I would say thank you very much for everybody that's come today. I'm impressed. I'm happy that we've come out in mass to support Bola Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu as the governor. And thirdly, also to support Manchester. Manchester is actually number one in this place today. Manchester is number one. It's about us. It's about how do we move from being the underdog to the top dog. I'm sick of always having to go to London every time. I'm not saying it's not good. It's not it's not the worst thing ever. But I'm just saying that for my convenience, for my generation to come, my young kids, how will they, instead of going to London, they could have everything in Manchester. You've got children. I've got children. What can their future be in Manchester? What can their future be in the Northwest? And I want to wrap it up here by saying Manchester is one. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you all. Will anybody on the top table have anything else to say so we can finish?
Yes, final word before we leave here today. We have taken time out of our busy schedule to be here today. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. It is very, very important you tell a friend to tell a friend. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Like you rightly said, it's high time we step up our game. It's high time we are no more underdog but a top dog. We've got the knowledge, we've got the capacity, we've got the number, we've got everything that can take us to the next level. Please, gentlemen and the few ladies here present this hour, kindly do the best you can to mobilize more. It's all about Manchester, your city. This is your city. It's all about Manchester. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaide. So can I just ask all of us to assemble here so we can say the group picture?
I'm the vice president of the largest congregation of men in Manchester called G-Men, Gentlemen's Club.
Okay, so what capacity are you here today?
I'm here in the capacity of the largest congregation of men, and then we came in here because of our belief and because we know we believe in putting a round peg in a round hole, and we believe the only man that can deliver and take Nigeria to the next level is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we have come to lend in our support for him to know that Manchester, I repeat, is solidly behind him, and we are working for him come May 29 that he will be in Aso Rock at the Villa. Right.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Obafemi Ogufeibo, president of Gentlemen's Club in Manchester, the largest club so far in Manchester.
Okay, and how many men do you represent?
How many what?
How many men are in your club?
So we are more than 70 members. Yeah. So we support each other, we stand for each other, so we look after each other.
And how is your club supporting this conversion?
Yeah, we are here to support this idea, this initiative that we want. All what we want in Nigeria is we want somebody that will be able to deliver, which we believe Ahmed Asiwaju will be able to define Nigeria. Likewise, Sanwo-Olu. Sanwo-Olu has done it, and is he going to do it? So we want the best from them. That's why we are here, to support them.
And what influence is your club able to have to the campaign in Nigeria?
Yeah, the influence of G-men we're going to have to campaign in Nigeria. You know, I've said that we are more than 70. Yeah, those 70 they can send a message across to their family, friend in Nigeria that please don't waste your vote. Vote for Ahmed Asiwaju Tinubu for the next general election.
And further to that question, you know, we are so many people back home depends on us, and likewise because we are leaders, they know when we talk, we just don't talk. We don't lead them astray. We tell them what is right because we are knowledgeable. We have foresight. We know some things ahead. So because these are people that if we talk to them, they listen to us. We'll tell them, look, from what I'm giving you, if the survey came out last year that United Kingdom alone remitted 44 billion to Nigeria to support friends and family back home, we've been supporting them with our hard-earned money, and we've been giving them good advice that will propel Lagos State to the next level, that will propel Nigeria to the next level. Right about now, there is scarcity of fuel, there is no fuel in Nigeria, no constant electricity, and Asiwaju is the only man that can deliver on that. We believe in it, we know it, he has done it while he was Lagos State Governor, and we strongly believe come May 29, when he gets to Aso Rock at the Villa, he will do better than what he has done to Lagos.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
My name is Otumba Olagoke Oladosu. I'm one of the convener, one of the organizers of Tinubu Sanwo-Olu support group, Manchester for Asiwaju Tinubu and Governor Sanwo-Olu. Yeah.
Okay, so how have you been able to support the ongoing campaign in Nigeria?
Yes, it has to do with grassroots, to be precise, and that is where it starts from. Grassroots-wise, we've been able to mobilize people from our local constituencies, from all polling wards, polling stations, state level, local government level, and what have you. And it's been so massively followed up. Because obviously, diaspora, you know what we are, and you know what we are capable of doing for our people back home. So we've been able to use that strength which we have to actually get people involved in politics. It's participatory politics. It's not about saying it and just saying it for the mere sake of saying it. It's about participation, and we've been able to do that within our own little space, within our own strength, and yeah, we're getting there.
Okay, so how are you able to impact the community here in the UK with the information and the things that are going on?
Yes, I'm a card-carrying member of the APC here, and it's a joy, it's a thing of joy to see people in Manchester come out en masse with this magnitude and this support of what our dreams are, what our campaigns are, what our clamors are. And to be honest, within each and every member's mindset, they know that we are in to win it, and there is no going back. So everybody amongst their little groups, big groups, wider groups, family units, everybody is doing their own bit to make sure we send the message back home to the voters, because we here aren't actually the voters are back home. But within our own context here, we're able to do things effectively, so that by the time we win, then we bring the glory back here, so that we all in diaspora, especially Manchester as a community, will be able to benefit and enjoy and explore more and even give back, because we are a lot of professionals here. We are professionals in different and diverse fields, and we are being hands-tied. If I may use that word, we are being hands-tied. We want to do more. We want to give back to the community. We want to give back to our children and our unborn children. We want to make them feel that they are actually from Nigeria and they enjoy it.
So what message do you have for the Nigerians in Nigeria?
Nigerians in Nigeria, tell somebody who you know to tell another person, just like my friend rightly said, tell somebody to tell another person to vote for APC, to vote for Asiwaju Tinubu come February 2023, and to vote for Sanwo-Olu as a governor due to his bidding for the next 4 years, and you won't regret your choice. You won't regret making that choice. And that is just it. That's the message, to be honest.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my name is Olariwaju Agbebi. I'm mixer, so I'm in the business of project management. I live here in Manchester with my family. So, and we are here for a kind of amalgamation of groups for the support for Asiwaju to become president of Nigeria and Sanwo-Olu to become re-elected. To become re-elected as governor of Lagos State. That's why we're here.
Okay, and so how are you able to support the campaign going on in Nigeria?
Right. Over the years, we formed several groups, but I'm a pioneer founding member of a group called Global Alliance For Tinubu. So, and it's a global in the sense that there are so many members here in the United Kingdom, some members in North America, Canada, and the US, and we have members in Nigeria locally. So, and we've been coordinating events silently on our own, making jingles that we broadcast in various media settings, and in the build-up towards the election. So, we have people on the grassroots mobilizing, influencing within because we know it's all about voting. It's not on the air and the Mars or moon, so it's going to be on the ground. So we are mobilizing within the southwestern Nigeria, so which cross across 6 states in Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, Oyo State and Osun State. So what we are having to do, because we know the election is approaching faster, so we are mobilizing within certain specific wards and polling areas. So influencing people not by inducement or per force, mosques to churches, community leaders, so aggregating reason why Asiwaju must be voted for, and we are mobilizing in terms of logistics, working towards February 25. Okay. So we've been on this for quite some time now.
Okay, and come February, if it is the one that wins, how will this impact us?
Yeah, thank you very much for this question. So personally, my passion for Asiwaju goes beyond maybe presidential election. It's a build-up. I got to Lagos 1999 from the northern part of Nigeria. The current president was the chairman of Petroleum Trust Fund in 1999, and I just finished a project within the northwest Nigeria. That's Kebbi State. PTF projects, and I came down to Lagos, and I knew how Lagos was in 1999. When I got back to Lagos, it was like a big jungle, a mess. And within few months, before the first year of his administration, he set up a lot of rolling plans in terms of how to bring up Lagos into it, not just reckoning locally, and it's a lot of job. Anyone that is involved or is on ground in 1999, we knew how Lagos was. You go to Ikorodu Road, you see dead body in the morning. You go to Ogba, you go just there to the bus stop, you see people, everything was filthy. And we remember some people have been they were calling Lagos jungle then. But within his 4 years, he has been turning things around. And by the end of this second term, we knew how Lagos is attracting a lot of things. And I remember quite vividly when I was still in Nigeria, we're building the telecom site between Mobile House to Epe. So I won't mention the company. So, and I knew how that axis was, but the Lekki Trade Frame project was just and in its infancy then. And today, amazingly, I've been there 2 years ago. It's a very huge corridor. It's a city, country on its own today. So, and that's a vision. So this vision, we want it from that state level to be translated on the larger scale of in the federation. So if one can do that in Lagos, having that plans, setting the plan, and making sure that the plan is consistently monitored, and not just plans that is did in its own administration. There have been successful continuation of improving, expanding the plan. The scopes have been expanding within those plans, within the framework of the plans. Because after him, Fashola came. After Fashola, Ambode came. And now we have some. Look at the blue lines that's just been opened. So these are things that could be, that we copy within the larger scale of Nigeria. So why don't you?
Ashwaju is the man to be able to turn around Nigeria.
There is no doubt about it, and I will tell you more because I actually knew when he was in Mobile. I have people that served with him together in Mobile. So people have been saying, is this, is old, is a Methuselah, is all those stuff. I was young and I knew that since the mid-80s. So it's not, so we are not just there, we are telling them, we engage them even on the social media. When they say anything, we have things to punctuate it, and we've been doing that. We've been doing a great job, and we believe that come February 25th, we have to we'll have a new president in the name of Ashwaju and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by the special grace of God. And our governor is doing excellently well, and by God's grace, he will be related to become, to spend these 8 years, and somebody else will take over at that time.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
My name is Adewumi Adisa. I'm a creative media practitioner. I run Adewumi Adisa Studios and also a platform where we celebrate people of Nigerian heritage. That's my Green Gym, a non-political platform.
How are you making your support to this?
Actually, right from onset, I've been a fan of Bola Ahmed Tinubu while I was the governor of Lagos State, and I've looked at some of the things he has done when I was in Lagos before coming here, how he has transformed and as a visionary leader, and that's made me to throw my support behind him today.
And what impact will he have if he's the one that wins the election on what's going on here in Manchester?
Brilliant. We can see what he has done in Lagos State, a visionary leader. Look at the recent free trade zone. When he was the governor, he signed an agreement with the China corporation then, and see the manifestation. Nigeria has a habit of not having a vision for a long-term vision. So he is someone which he has shown it in Lagos State. Look at the Lamata. There wasn't something like Lamata before. Everywhere in Lagos was a bit up and down, no coordination. But when he brought Lamata and he gave a clear vision of how transportation should be in Lagos. Look at the judiciary system. Initially, we see the courts and some of our justice system in Lagos was a bit on the terrible side. Look at the time when revenue generation was a challenge when the Obasanjo regime withheld some of his allocation for almost 4 years, and this guy did not hold a salary for a day. Look at what is happening in the water sector in Nigeria. There's so many changes in Lagos that are experiencing today. Look at the Go Atlantic. That on its own will tell you that he has done. Babish was a kind of a no-go area before. It was really a tsunami waiting to explode in Lagos. And right now we can see what he has done with that, the Go Atlantic and the offshore of Babish today. That's a visionary leader.
So what do you hope that he would do for people in Manchester?
For Manchester, Tinubu has been to Manchester in 2015 during Muhammad Buhari election then. But some of the things Manchester will benefit from it is what we're doing today, attention. We're trying to bring ourselves to visibility of the whole world that we exist in Manchester, and we're really backing his candidateship. right now. And if eventually he becomes the president, definitely one of the two of these things that we're doing today will be an advantage for us to benefit from it. Politics is science. It's not prayer point. So we have to key ourselves in that we really supported your government while you're campaigning, and we want to benefit from what you we do. And we have a list of what we need in Manchester, which is one of the bringing passport office to Manchester, economic importance to Manchester. I mean, everybody comes to London, go to London, Manchester, we're here. So that's exactly what we're doing today.
Hi, I'm David Adeoye. I'm the coordinator of this movement, Manchester for Sanwo-Olu and Tinubu.
Okay, so how is this movement been able to impact the campaign in Nigeria?
Well, we're starting from the grassroots from here as well. Obviously, what we're doing is we're making sure that all the groups here coordinate with the groups back home. Obviously, each group that is formed in England here has its roots back in England. So obviously we're linking with them and making sure that the people that are under us are voting, even the general masses are voting. And some of us will be going to Nigeria for the elections that actually also help supervise as well.
Okay, and what do you hope to see as a result of the efforts that you're putting together?
Well, we hope that in the long term that our efforts, our impact in these elections brings about its just rewards, such as bringing the passport office, another branch of the passport office in England to Manchester, which of course will serve as a pipeline to other places in the north. We also hope that it will improve the socio-economic benefits of Greater Manchester and of course Northwest. And thirdly, we hope that we will actually be able to have a branch of the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce in Manchester as well. And apart from that, obviously that, for example, I mean, somebody mentioned about APC registration that's only in London. We want something else in Manchester that's permanent, rather than us going to go and get our voting cards in London, but also in Manchester. In general, what we want is a social economic improvement for the Northwest.
And it's just not only Manchester, I believe, that you want it for the whole of the Northwest.
That's correct, yes.
Sorry, the whole of Scotland and other areas.
That's correct, yes. Yeah. That's correct, yeah.
People are represented how many Nigerians roughly in this kind of area?
Well, you're looking at, I can't give exact numbers, obviously I don't have the data at hand, but obviously we're a large amount of people that live in the north. A lot of people have migrated from London because of course, economic reasons. And I'm sure you're probably all aware, a lot of people find it very expensive living down south. And we prefer better standard of life in the north here because obviously it's cheaper, and also we have in-kind benefits that in Greater Manchester that you can also get if you were in London as well, but at a cheaper rate.
And so, what's your ambition for the outcome of the election?
Simple. We want For Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu to actually win. No disrespect to the other delegates or the other parties, but we believe in the hard work that For Tinubu has put in, and also the governor of Lagos State. And we believe that his policies should win the hearts of many people in Nigeria, and even people in diaspora as well, to vote for him. And as I said before, of course, we hope the APC wins. We hope that also we have a new president in the name of Tinubu, and of course, incoming governor of Lagos, second term for Sanwo-Olu as well. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
And so you've heard from the people of Manchester and the Northwest today. They are backing Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu for the president and for the Lagos State governor for the second term. And they are influencing their friends and family back in Nigeria to be able to bring home and deliver that result for them. And in return, they want Manchester to be put on the map and for Manchester to be recognised as a central hub for Nigerians, and not only concentrate things in London, but to have Manchester thriving as a hub for commerce and for business, and a future for Nigerians in the diaspora. Kemi Olude.